in a world where you can't get ahead because of what's on your head, the Indian-American actor and model Waris Ahluwalia was barred from a flight out of Mexico City to New York because he refused to remove his turban in public during a security check. Waris, who starred in the movie The Grand Budapest Hotel, joins me exclusively now from Mexico City. Listen, thank you for joining us. I think this is your first comment after this incident, at least on television. What on earth happened, and why didn't they let you board?
First of all, I wanted to say thank you for having me here on the show. And what had happened was I got on the boarding card when I arrived at the airport, the SSSS, the 4 S's, the sort of the dreadful quad S's that appears on a boarding card. And I happen to get it quite often, which leads me to believe that maybe it's not so random, or I'm just defying all odds, and I get it all the time. So I received that, and I knew that meant secondary screening, which again, I've done that so many times, so I didn't think anything out of it. I went into the first security, everything went fine. They patted me, swabbed me, everything was great, and then I went up to the boarding gate, and that's where they made me wait till everyone was boarded, and we did the screening then. Then after the screening, they asked me to remove my turban. And at which point I said, as matter-of-factly as they asked, I said, I will not be removing my turban here. And they came back to me and said, you will not be flying Aeromexico, you'll have to fly another airline.
So Waris, you decided not to challenge it and just not to fly. And you made an amusing tweet. You didn't sound angry. You basically said, you know, sorry, New York Fashion Week, can't make it in time, wait for me. What do you want to get out of this? They've obviously apologized to you, Aeromexico. What more do you want from them?
The lightness and the humor is important to recognize, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's no anger here. I'm not angry. I wasn't angry with them there. There is a lack of understanding. So the apology is a brilliant first step, and I want to thank Aeromexico for that. But it's a first step, and that's past looking. The apology is about the past, and that's great. Now what we're talking about is the future and what steps in the future. The reason I didn't board any other plane, and the reason I'm here on my own will, is that I'm afraid if I leave, this can happen again to someone else, and I can't in good conscience allow that. So I'm here until we can have a dialogue about training their staff and about training their and about education. Really, this is about education of the Sikh religion, but also of other religions, and this is not just about me or Sikhs.
You know, Waris, it's very committed of you, and it's amazing that you're taking this stance and to stay and try to train. It's a little, obviously, in your case, you know, art imitating life. You did perform in one of Spike Lee's film, and there was a similar kind of situation there. And it does happen a lot, this kind of racial profiling or ethnic stereotyping. What do they say when you talk to them about it?
Well, Kurt, we haven't talked yet. They walked away after they said that. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. But again, you pointed out something so important, that this isn't just about me getting on a plane, not getting on a plane. It's about the problem at large. And the Sikh Coalition, which is a civil rights organization in the United States, in December reported double the amount of incidents, violent incidents against Sikhs in America. And I want to say here that it's beyond. I'm not here to just talk about myself or Sikhs. And the conversation has to be larger than that. The conversation has to be about all ethnicities. I mean, we're years after, decades after the civil rights movement. We have a campaign called Black Lives Matter. I think that it's important that we all look at this together and have that conversation. It's not about Sikhs. It's not about African Americans. It's not about anything. It's about the idea that, you know, even with the Oscars that it's all white. That means it's not diverse. And then if you add black in, it's diverse. It's not. There's other ethnicities, and so we have to have that larger conversation.
Well,
and that's all I want to have with them.
Well, we appreciate you starting that here, and good luck to you. Waris Ahluwalia, thank you very much indeed for joining us from Mexico City.